Let's Go is good. That's it. That's all you need to know. It's taken me a bit longer than I would have liked to get my thoughts and feelings for this game into words. It's mostly just been hand flailing and teeth clenching. It's also taken me even more time to write something that doesn't just devolve into me screaming about the complaints for this game. So yeah, Let's Go is a good game. Not the best game, and definitely not the best Pokemon game, but still really fun and enjoyable. I was excited for Pokemon Let's Go the moment it got announced. Kanto? Tressa? Kanto? As someone whose favorite gen is 1, I was pretty stoked. The more they got announced for it, however, the more apprehensive everyone else seemed to get, but I remain fairly optimistic, if only because I am a quote-unquote casual fan. I'm not the, oh, I'll pick up a Pokemon game every once in a while and maybe I have a Pikachu plush lying around somewhere kinda casual. No, I'm more the, God, I really hate the competitive nature of Pokemon games and I just want to have fun with my favorite Pokemon instead of listening to all of my friends rant about IVs and how my team isn't fit for the meta and that my Quagsire that I raised with love and care should be replaced with Feraligatr because its stats are way better kinda casual. That's not to say I'm not a competitive person. I am incredibly eager to win any type of thing ever, but if being good means chaining for an Audino 80,000 times to raise one stat of a single Pokemon, then I'm gonna take a backseat to the competition. I actually want to have fun when playing Pokemon, so... Like, I'm sure some people do have fun when they're trying to make the best team of Smogon decide a top-tier Pokemon, but man, I just don't get it. Which is why I was super stoked to find out that all of that was made way easier in Let's Go. No more chaining Pokemon over and over, now you can just raise their base stats with candy that you get from Pokemon you send to Professor Oak. Neat. It made me pay more attention to what Pokemon I had on my party so that they could KO gym leaders easier. Something that I've literally never cared about before because I was just raising my Pokemon's levels way above theirs so it would do a lot more damage regardless. As such, I didn't find myself focusing so much on leveling and managed to clear the game a lot faster than I normally would because I wasn't spending hours wandering around in the grass trying to level up my Pokemon to ridiculous heights. Considering I've always detested IV training, Let's Go made me care about it in a way I've never really thought to before. They made it accessible and more easy to understand, giving more people a chance to have a top-tier team that can hold its own post-game. I'd really like to see candies make a return in later games because it makes it so much easier than chaining one Pokemon over and over again. Moving past IVs, the one biggest complaint I've seen from people is that they removed wild encounters. Instead of running around in the grass for a random encounter, all of the wild Pokemon spawn on the map, and you can pick and choose which Pokemon you run into. I super like this feature, and if they take it out, I'm gonna be big mad. Yeah, it kinda messes up Nuzlocke a little, but oh well, life finds a way. Okay, that's not the whole reason they're complaining. They're mostly angry that the non-random encounters aren't battles. Let's Go remove the ability to fight wild Pokemon and instead opted for a Pokemon Go style system where you can immediately capture a Pokemon without weakening it. I still personally really like this feature. I know it's like half the point of Pokemon or whatever, but I just want to catch the Pokemon I want and then keep going, not get stopped every 5 steps by another Zubat! Ugh. Being able to just walk around them is the best, and if I do run into them, I can just huck a Pokeball really quickly or run away, which is guaranteed this time around instead of running the risk of not escaping and letting the wild Pokemon get a free hit in. Remember when I said it was casual? Yeah. Here's the thing with this new feature that's got a lot of people up in arms. It was designed with Go players in mind. Crazy, right? It's almost like it's in the name or something. I mean, put your tinfoil hats on for this one, but I think this game was made for people who have only ever played a phone game, and not veterans who have been playing since Gen 1. I think I'm onto something. People are so incredibly mad that they changed the formula, despite the fact that people have been calling for Game Freak to do that for years. But just because it's not the way they wanted it, online open world, it's the worst thing ever and an affront on them personally. There are still Pokemon, they didn't remove that. There are still trainer battles and Poke Centers, and you make a team of 6 and you have 4 move slots. Like, it's all still there, they changed like one thing. They shouldn't call it a core game, says way too many people I've talked to. Nintendo can call it whatever they want, and it is a core game. It plays like a core game. You play as a little kid who gets caught up in the latest crime ring, then go become the Pokemon champion. The only change is that you don't fight wild Pokemon anymore. When you think spin-off, you think Mystery Dungeon or the XD series, not Kanto. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's suddenly bad. Others are saying that because they removed wild battles that it's impossible to grind. But if you're catching more Pokemon than just one per area per species and doing the occasional trainer battle, then you're golden. I really don't understand why people are having so many issues with leveling. It's easier and faster than ever, and they even included more trainers to the world to fight to make up for the lack of wild battles. I was avoiding trainers like crazy, but still managed to beat the Elite Four with level 55-ish Pokemon, and didn't find myself grinding at all. The only time I started grinding was after I beat the game so I could beat up Mewtwo. But after that, they practically give you experience in Cerulean Cave, with expensive items spawning every few minutes so that you can sell them for more Pokeballs, and high experience Chanseys popping up to pull off a sweet experience combo chain. Just catch Pokemon. Like, that's their whole thing. It's the slogan. Gotta catch them all, so catch them! The game as a whole is super fun and charming. Along with having your starter sitting on your shoulders or head, you also get to have one of your other Pokemon follow you around, some of which you can even ride. It's super cute and needs to be a thing in all Pokemon games ever. Please and thank you. You can dress up your starter and even play with him. I named mine Ignis after my current obsession because I have a problem, and made him look just like his namesake. You can also dress up your character, but the customization is a little lacking. You get 4 presets at the beginning of the game, and then you can't change it past that. The outfits are also all the same, just in different colors. It's a little disappointing as character customization has become a major player in other recent core games, and if they make another Let's Go game, I really hope they make more styles available. Something else that kind of bugs me is the story is a little weird and choppy at times. Some things happen way too quickly now, and it kind of messes with the whole pacing of the game as a whole. Like, yeah, it's cool I can go to Seafoam Island at level 30, but it's not so cool that I can huck as many Pokeballs as I want at level 50 Pokemon and completely replace my team with no consequences other than having to buy more Pokeballs if I run out. There's also Archer, and although, love the name, I don't know why he's here. He's a neat Easter egg, I guess, if you've played Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but as far as I'm aware, that's the only mention of his name, since he's just an unnamed admin in Gen 2. I completely forgot he was even in the former games until I looked him up. You can also find him again after you beat the game in an area you would never think to go back to, leaving you a note saying bye. Like, dude, I'm 11, not your scorned lover. What is wrong with you? My only guess is that this is Game Freak's way of going, ho ho, there's going to be a second game. But all I got was weird vibes and a slight need for a restraining order. Apart from those minor things, the biggest issue I have with this game is the capture rate. For something that's supposed to be the major focus of the game, the supposed algorithm for catching Pokemon is borderline ridiculous. I can use a Golden Raspberry, use an Ultra Ball, and get a perfect, and still have a Pokemon break free almost immediately, despite the fact that all signs should point to it being a guaranteed capture. But if I throw just a regular Pokeball with no berries and no target bonus, I can also catch the same Pokemon almost instantly. It really just feels completely random and makes it hard to want to use any of the berries or put in the effort to get a throw bonus, since it feels utterly worthless at times. It's really disheartening when you're on a pretty great chain, but the game decides that your measures to assure a capture mean nothing, and after 18,000 throws the Pokemon runs away, breaking your chain and your heart. I really hope in future installments they fix that, because it really takes you out of the whole experience, since even Go feels like there's more of a chance when meeting capture criteria than in this core game. As a whole, I think Let's Go is a great starter game for people who have only ever played Pokemon Go before. It introduces new ideas at a fairly relaxed pace that's easy to understand for most people. Thinking about it as an introductory game also helps the prerequisites for the game make a lot more sense, making sure the player understands type matchups, ensuring they aren't going to get absolutely creamed by the gym leader by ensuring they have a high enough level Pokemon, making sure you know what Pokemon are cute, I guess? Which, for the record, I tested a few different Pokemon, and as far as I can tell, all Pokemon are considered cute. Which is, like, extremely valid, but still. There's also a lot to do after you beat the game. Like, way more than I was expecting. Aside from finishing your Pokedex, challenging Master Trainers, raising up your team to take on Mewtwo, finding Archer, and fighting Red and Green, you can go and re-challenge all of the gym leaders who now have stronger teams with some devastating moves. You can also re-challenge the Elite Four, in which at the end, you'll fight your rival again, who I keep forgetting I named Q-U-N. It's supposed to be pronounced Queen to go with the fact I named my character King, but even I just call him Kyun. I don't know why I did that. Don't let me name people. It's a super nice touch to give more of a challenge for people who want to keep playing the game and delve into team matchups and the like. I didn't do any of that though, because I don't care. I just wanted to collect Pokemon. And I did. I got all of them. Please be proud of me. If you're looking for a chill and fun Pokemon game, then totally get it if you haven't already. If, however, your favorite thing in Pokemon is IV training and worrying about stats and battling and you can't put any of that aside, then you won't like this game. I can almost guarantee it. There's a new game that's apparently more similar to the old formula coming next year that Nintendo had to shoehorn in just so people don't panic that this is the new way forever. So don't go worrying your competitive little head over it and just let people have fun for once, maybe.